Welcome to the Health Gospel. Oh, we're back again this evening on a new topic. A new topic today, which we are all going to look at. So welcome to the Health Gospel. As you join, please help me share the video. You're welcome to the Health Gospel. So today is going to be an interesting topic. So I have just on my page. Hello, Adejumo Champion. Welcome. I'm just sharing this video. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the Health Gospel. Created in God's image, yet enslaved in man's image. That's the topic today. Created in God's image, yet enslaved in man's image. And some of us might have an idea what this topic is about. Some of us might guess what we are going to talk about, but I need to talk about this because I see so many things that are not right, so many things that are wrong, and I think people get it wrong, like from the conception, like from the beginning, they get everything about themselves wrong. So when the purpose and the value of something is not known, abuse is inevitable. If something or somebody's value, if you don't know your value, abuse is inevitable. So you will be abused if you don't even know who you are. And that brings us to the topic today, created in God's image, yet enslaved in man's image. So I'm created in the image of God. We all say that, we all know that, but what does it mean? What does it mean to me? That's what we're talking about today. What does that mean to me? What does that mean to me? Created, doubled audio. What does that mean? The audio not good or what? I don't know. What does that mean, double audio? So the question is, if I'm created in the image of God, why am I enslaved in man's image? Why am I projecting someone else's image when I am created in the image of God? And to start this topic, I want to read to us a verse in the Bible, in the Bible that we all use. Some people use Quran, but this verse is there even in the Quran. So I'm going to read to us Genesis chapter 1, 26 to 27. Then God said, let us make man in our image, in our likeness, and let them rule over the fish of the sea and the birds of the air, over the livestock, over all the earth, and over all the creatures that move along the ground. So God created man in his image, in his own image, in the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them. So we are created in the image of God. And if I will break this down, because this is where people get it wrong. Every one of us, we are created in the image of God. Not certain group of people, not a set group of people say, okay, this one, God has given this one higher grace, higher brain intellect, higher powers. We are all created baseline in the image of God. We all got the same things, components in our body. And this is where I'm going to. I'm going to explain to us that every one of us, God took time to create us. And if God created you and put these functions in you, he didn't just do it because he lacked work to do. He didn't just do it because he lacked what to do. And God does not do things just for doing sake. Everything he created is for a purpose. So when God created you in his image, he made you like him. He created you like him. You are the only creature that is like God. The only. Now, God gave you a brain. In your brain, you have neurons. And it is said, and you can listen to me clearly, it is said that the cells of your brain are up to 100 billion. 100 billion cells you have in your brain. If you have this number of cells, which they are called neurons, they are busy transmitting information per every milliseconds. The neurons in your brain are that many that they are busy transmitting information. Everything you're doing is coordinated by these neurons. They are passing messages for you to understand that this is light I'm seeing, or it is morning, or I hit my leg, or I have a temperature, my body is hot, or I feel pain, or I can't see clearly, or I feel anxious. Every part of the brain has been made to be able to function together as one unit to make you who you are, unique who you are. The brain itself has different parts of the brain, and God doesn't make mistake when he gives you, when he puts all this in us. This is the brain. The brain has different parts. We have the covering, which is the cerebellum, which covers your brain. We have every different part, every part of this brain functions to keep you normal, to make you well, to think. So you have this frontal part, which you use to do what? To think. You feel emotions with it. There are parts of your brain that is for memory, meaning every one of us can analyze things, can structure things, can make complex judgment. Every one of us have these structures. It is not given to certain group of people. It is not given to certain class of people. It's given to all of us. Every one of us. We have a brain. You have a brain and it's complex. It's got neurons that is going around your body. It is said that scientists they fixed 82,000, more than 80,000 processors in running on these world's fastest supercomputers. And they found that these 82,000 processors could not meet up the speed that the brain uses to process information. It could not. And if we are all created, if we are all made in that image and given all these structures, what is it for? What is these structures and things that God has put in us? What are we using it for? God didn't just give you a brain, give you a memory center, give you a brain stem, give you all these functions in your brain just for fun. God didn't put all this in you just for you to say, oh, I'm a complete human being, I have a brain. Every cell of your body, if we come down, every cell of your body has a DNA. A DNA carries the information that gives information for the different things that you see in your body, your eye color, your mannerism, the way you move, the way you talk, the things that you do, your expression. It's carried in your DNA. So every one of us, we are unique. There is no one that is better than anyone else. No one is better than me. No one is better than you. Now, what has happened when you are created and you have all these functions and you come to this earth, you now allow things, external things, to tell you that you are not good enough, to tell you that you're not intelligent enough, to tell you when everything has been put in you to function, to be complete, to be on top. Everything has been put in you. So you come into this world and we have different external things that make us to believe that we are not good enough. We are not anointed enough. We are not holy enough. We are not good enough. We are not there. So we need other people to come and make us complete. We need other people to come and validate us. We need other people, somebody we think is more better than us, to come and make us to feel better. And then we go and submit ourselves to all this group of people. For example, in the name of churches, we go and submit ourselves. They tell you that you cannot think for yourself because this ministry, you have to go under certain vision, certain process, certain program. It is only the man of God that thinks in this ministry. It's only the man of God that gives the programs of this ministry. It's only the man of God that will give you instructions. So your brain becomes dormant. You do not use it. So you are created to be great, yet you now carry yourself and enslave under another man who has the same structures like you, who has the same brain like you. So they tell you, don't think if you want to write a book, it has to be the book of the man of God that you write. It has to be the song that the man of God wants you to sing that you sing. You cannot do anything without going to ask the man of God, sir, can I travel? Sir, can I write? Sir, can I do this exam? Sir, can I go for this interview? Every one of us have been created uniquely for a purpose. Every one of us have been created uniquely for a purpose, for a plan, for something on this earth. You have been created to make impact. There is something embedded in you, in your DNA, in your brain cell, which is complete, that you can reason for yourself. You can analyze things for yourself. But we've allowed tradition, we've allowed cultures, we've allowed religion to remove that God's image in us and replace it with man's image. So you are only seeing man. You see man and you limit yourself to man. Man tells you you cannot make it, you believe it. Man tells you you cannot succeed, you believe it. Man tells you you cannot do this, you believe it. Because you've forgotten that you are created in the image of God. And if you go to Genesis 1:28, God says that you should go and dominate the earth, meaning take charge of the earth. You come out from all these things that is already in you and you submit yourself. So somebody controls the way you talk, controls where you go, controls how you sleep, controls what you do with the life that God gave to you. Somebody controls everything that in the life that God gave to you. You cannot think for yourself. You cannot reason for yourself. If it is not the Papa's manual, you cannot read for yourself. You can analyze things for yourself. You have become in the image of man. You can't function on your own. So people, that's why you see people that are sick in their body. Maybe their organ is, they have diabetes or they have hypertension. They can't think that I need to go and get help or I need to go and get treatment. They submit themselves to another man who tells them, you just have to believe. But the sickness is getting worse. But because you have refused to use the brain that God gave to you, you have refused to use the brain that God gave to you, you have refused to think, you have refused to use your thinking faculties, you become enslaved under man's image. What he thinks about you, what he says about you, that is where you belong. So they tell you to come and stay on the mountain. But if you be on the mountain for 21 days, you will get healed. So you go on the mountain. Your body is telling you, I am sick, but you are not listening. You are not listening. You're not using your brain because you've become enslaved in man's own image. You've become enslaved in man's ideologies. You are no more thinking like yourself. You're no more using your brain. When God created you, he made you unique. He gave you your name uniquely. Your DNA is unique to you. Your fingerprint is unique to you. Every one of us is unique. Nobody is better than you. But what we've allowed in this world is allowing people to enslave us. We become what we are not. So you go under people's ideology. This is the way you should behave. This is the way you should act. If you're sick, don't take medication. And what you do, you believe it because you forget who you are. You forget who you are, that I am created in the image of God just like you. Every one of us, that I can use my brain to reason, to think, to analyze things, to work out things, solutions for myself. And if I can't, I can seek professional help, ask people questions, but I cannot take verbatim everything you're telling me about my life. I cannot submit to you as a human being. These people are there to help us. We have pastors, just as we have doctors. We have physiotherapists. We have psychologists. We have teachers. We have farmers. Every one of us, we are unique in our own profession, in our own being, in our own purpose. Why is it only one sector that everybody submits their image to, reduces them, and not think anymore? Just as the teacher is helping you in the class to grow, to develop, to learn, the same way the pastors are supposed to help you to know more about God, come to the full knowledge of who God is. That is their job, not to control you, not to direct you, not to give you instruction, not to enslave you. They are there to bring you to the full knowledge of who God is. By doing that, all of you come to the same understanding of God as brethren. Brethren, brothers and sisters. Not Papa and his children. Not Papa and his followers. Not for one man to be standing and commanding and pushing you anywhere they like. You are created the same way as they are created. You are made, you are given the same brain functions, neurons, DNA, everything you have, your heart, your liver, every organ of your body is functioning the same way theirs are functioning. Every sickness you will go through, some you will not go through, they are going through the same. So these men that enslave you, and you, they are not better than you. These people that enslave you, they have everything that you have. They are not better than you. They suffer malaria like you do. They have diarrhea, dysentery, they go to the toilet, they urinate just as you do. They have headache just as you do. Some of them wear glasses just as you do. Some of their wives have fibroid, just as not anyone can have. You can go through. They go through it. They struggle with their children. They have challenges, just as you. So carrying yourself then, submitting to be enslaved by another man is not God's plan for your life. You're supposed to use your God-given brain, your God-given parts, organs to think and to plan and make your life better. You're supposed to use what God has given to you to analyze your situation and seek solutions. You are not supposed to carry yourself and go under another man to abuse, to enslave you. That is not God's plan for your life. That is not why God created you. But if you look around the whole African continent, you see men and women running around, and you look at them, you see that they have lost it. They have lost their God-given purpose. They've lost who they are. They have lost their just running up and down, going everywhere. They have lost their identity. That is why somebody can tell them, tomorrow you are not going anywhere. We are doing 200 days fasting. Somebody can tell you to bring your January full money and give to them. You give them because you don't know who you are. You've lost your identity of who you are. You've lost your identity. That is why a lot of you allow illnesses to take your lives, to cut you short. Because somebody is telling you that sickness, check the medical report, is not your portion. And you believe them because you are now enslaved. These people have enslaved you because they bear the name of pastor. They've enslaved you. They've put you under bondage. When God has given you everything to thrive, to survive, to dominate. You are not supposed to come to this earth and live under, stand up, sit down, move there, sit down, go left, go right. You are not. You're supposed to use the structures, to make yourself better, to think, to analyze, to find solution, to be a solution giver, to be somebody who can think and analyze every situation of your life by connecting to the source, which is God Almighty. And some of you're sick in your body, you cannot. You don't know, and you don't ask. Because one man is telling you that sickness, you should not accept it. You say, yes, daddy. But your body is telling you, you are sick, you need help. Your body is deteriorating every day. And they are giving you one stupid mantle, maybe oil, maybe a rubber band, maybe something, and you're holding it. Your brain is telling you, I'm not well, seek help for me. You don't want to. Because you've forgotten who you are. That's why you cannot stay, you are restless. Because you have forgotten who you are. You have lost your identity. You've lost your identity. You've completely lost who you are on this earth. So when the value is no more there, people will abuse you. Because you don't know that you are also created in the image of God. That this God that is his father is also your father. And if they can be sick in their body and call God, that I too can be sick and call God by myself. This is why so many of us are dying. We leave our illnesses so late that we can't get help because we are enslaved in man's image, enslaved in what they are telling you, enslaved in how they are asking you to live your life. So you can't seek solution out of another man. If it is not your pastor, you can't go out and seek help because your pastor controls you. They control your mind. They control everything about you. They control the way you think. They've even taken over your thought process. You are no more the person God created you to be. You have lost your identity. So you look around people that even think they are thinking straight, they are acting straight, or they even know themselves. When you look the way they are behaving, are you saying that everything that God put in you, all this brain matter that is complex to give you complex knowledge, do you really think that God just put it there for fun? That your brain was just given to you for fun? You think your brain was just given to you just for fun? That there's nothing, that this whole complex body that God put in place, everything functioning together, was just for you to be able to. You can't think for yourself at all. You can't do anything for yourself. without asking the man of God, without talking to the man of God. You can't plan yourself. You can't do nothing for yourself. And if only we can start thinking about ourselves, if only we can start using our God-given brain and think, some of us would prevent the death that we are allowing to happen. Because so many people that are dying is because they have completely lost their identity. They can't think for themselves. Because the moment you start thinking for yourself, you start seeking solutions for yourself. If something happens to you, you would seek solution for yourself. You won't go to ask a pastor, sir, what should I do? This is my medical report. The man who has no idea what is medicine, what is this disease, what is hypertension, what is diabetes, has no idea, will tell you, tear the report, you tear it. Will tell you, don't believe the doctors. You said, yes, sir. You don't use your head. You don't think. A lot of you are roaming about helter-skelter, looking for Papa to pray for you, looking for Mama to pray for you. Because you've lost it. You don't know you are created in God's image. You just think that you fell down all for fun. Who am I? I'm a nobody. I hear that a lot. I'm a nobody. I don't know anything. Pastor, pray for me. Please help me. Everything you need to survive in life is in you. Everything is in you. Everything you need. Whether you're sick in the body, you have the ability to seek help. You have the ability to go out and seek for help. You have the ability to think and analyze and know what to do for yourself. Everybody has it. But if you decide to be enslaved by mind, that is your decision. Because tonight I came to remind you of who you are, that you are created in the image of the most powerful God, the one who made the heavens and the earth. You are created in that image. That is where he placed you. That is your position. And he gave you instructions to dominate the earth, not for another man to dominate you, not for another man to enslave you. The instruction given was clear. Dominate the earth, the land, the sea. Dominate. You are to dominate, not for another man created by God to dominate you. You are to find solution. You are a solution maker. You are supposed to bring solution, not for you to submit yourself to become a ping pong, an experiment in another man's hands. They say, call Sister Rose. Sister Rose, please. Sister Rose, this is Pastor. Oh, sir, good evening, sir. The church tomorrow morning by 6 o'clock. Yes, sir. You leave all your business, you leave all your transaction, you run. You are controlled by another man. In another man's his own evil plan and plot of business. You leave your genuine God-given business and you run after some other person. You have a book in your heart. You have a song in your heart. You have something, a solution in your heart. You see the world. You know something that you want to do. You cannot do it because in your Papa's ministry, you are not allowed to function that way. You are not allowed to function that way. You are told what to do. You are told how to walk. You are told how many hours to sleep. You are told what to eat. You are told that the month of January and February, you should not eat at all. You say, yes, sir. You are told that by June, we are having 1 week or 2 weeks fasting and prayer. You say, yes, sir. You are told that in the end of February, special gift, everybody should bring money. You say, yes, sir. So you are enslaved by man when it is God that created you in his image, in his likeness. The things in your body, even scientists cannot comprehend how your brain works. the speed that your brain used to translate information, the speed of your brain cells, scientists cannot comprehend it. Every one of us has a unique DNA. Every one of us has a unique information, a unique genetic material. Your gene cannot be like mine. Every one of us, we are unique, uniquely created by God to come to this earth to fulfill your purpose, not the purpose of your papa. And so that is tonight what I came to remind you, that you are special, you are unique, you are complete. And God that created you didn't waste all the things he put in you. They were for a particular purpose. They were for a particular reason. They were for you to use it, to achieve. It was for you to fulfill purpose. Everything God has put in you is for you to fulfill purpose. So the choice is yours. You either live up to the image that you are created in, or you keep allowing yourself to be enslaved in the image of man. A lot of us tradition, they will ask us, you cannot do this as a woman or as a man. Our tribe don't do this. But when God created you, he didn't look at tribes, he didn't look at traditions, he didn't look at cultures. He just created his child. He just created you for this purpose. He created you to come and do this specific thing. He didn't create you for into one culture or one tradition. He created you uniquely to do something. He made you to come and solve a problem. But when we come, we allow external things to come and begin to influence us and limit us and reduce us from who God created us to be. And we become the image of another man. We live the life of another man. We live to please another man. We live to please another human being, instead of living our life intentionally to please God who created us. The difference is there. People that recognize who they are, they go inwards, they take their time, they find out the things in them that are their strength, that are the things that they can use to survive, and they begin to develop it. People that don't know who they are, they now begin to submit to papas and ministries and all sorts, just to find validation when you are already validated. You're running from one ministry to another, looking for validation, looking for help. Where you are the solution, you are the help, you are blessed, but you're roaming about looking for blessing. You carry your sick mother roaming about looking for healing, when God has put doctors, hospitals there to help you. Let it even be said that you tried and there was no money to complete your treatment. At least that you knew what the diagnosis is. At least that you started treatment. Let it even be said. Not the ones that they tell you completely don't believe, ignore, and you believe them. You ignore your symptoms until it becomes late, and then you die from it. You die untimely because you've allowed yourself to be enslaved in another man's image, not the image that you were created, which is God's image. And that is my message tonight. If you're hearing me, or you will hear me, whose image are you displaying? Are you displaying the image to be, or you are living and displaying a man's image, your pastor's image? You are enslaved by another man's ideology. You are enslaved by another man's vision. You are enslaved by another man's tradition. All those things don't matter to God. Because when he created you, He didn't create you thinking about tradition. He didn't create you thinking about religion. He didn't create you thinking about culture. He created you as his child in his likeness into the world to fulfill purpose. But we come in and we allow these things to limit who we are. We get enslaved in the image of another man. In Africa with religion, we allow ourselves to be enslaved by this religion. We allow ourselves to be enslaved by these systems. And you will never fulfill purpose, living your life enslaved by another man's image. You have to begin to live your life. The image that God created you to be, to dominate, to take charge, to be a success. You are a success story. You are not a failure. Only people put these thoughts in you. It's the enemy of your father's house that is affecting you, or there's something that is affecting you. You're not a failure. You are a success story. Everything aligns for your good. Every system of your body, God has aligned it to work for you. You just need to look inwards and begin to use it. Most people do not engage their brain. You engage your brain to think of solutions. You will begin to have solutions to your problems. You begin to engage your brain in the area that you want to specialize or you want to be to fulfill purpose. You begin to engage your brain. You become the best in that area God created us to be. If you put yourself in that position, if you engage your brain, it will begin to work for you, because everything in you was made to begin to work in your favor. Whatever you want to achieve is already in you. You just have to use it. It's like losing weight. If you want to lose weight and you are working on your body, all your body fat will begin to melt away because you are working on it. The body responds to what you are telling him. If you are telling the body, I'm not good enough, that is how the body responds to you. You say, I'm not intelligent, your brain will just stay there, covered, frozen. But if you say, I must achieve this, your body, your functions will begin to align to help you, to support you. So, my dear, if you're listening to me, or you will be listening to me, you are created in the image of God. Do not be enslaved in man's image. Begin to stand up and live the life that God created you to live. If you are ill in your body, for your mental health, for your well-being, go back and look. If I am the image of God, I'm supposed to be productive. I'm supposed to shine. I'm supposed to be successful. I'm not supposed to be running around looking for Papa, please, Papa, when can I see you? Papa, please, when do I come? You don't need Papa to tell you what to do. You talk to your God straight. You get answers. You engage your brain. You look for professionals to help you get advice. You work on yourself. And this is where God wants us to be, that level. That is how God operates. He is a healer. He is a deliverer. He creates. And if he created you, he wants you to do the same, create, give solutions. That is how God wants us to operate. Thank you so much, guys. I'm just going to read this comment. There's a time that my senior sister said that a pastor asked her to bring equivalent of goat money to pray for her for a particular situation. I told her that she should go back and tell the pastor that I'm not into that game. I told my sister that I didn't see that place she was going to as church. They want equivalent of goat money to pray. So we allow ourselves basically to be enslaved by man. That's just the truth. And tonight I came to remind you of who you are, that God created you in his image, in his likeness. God told you to be a ruler. You are a ruler. You are a king. You are a queen. You are to rule over fish, birds, livestock, the earth, the creatures that move along the earth like the animals. There is no place in this Bible that God says, rule over another man. Be a papa to another man. Come and be controlling another man. Nothing like that in this Bible. Nothing in the word of God, nothing in the Quran that says another man should be, you go and bow to another man. Nothing. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him male and female. So don't say because you're a woman, I'm a woman, I'm less. No, you are not less. You are created in the image of God, man and woman. The next verse after 27 is, and God blessed them. You are blessed already. And he said to them, go and dominate. You are to go and dominate the sphere of your life. You are to go and dominate the area of your life, that part of your life that you know you are good at. You are to go and develop it. You are to go and dominate it. You are to go and take charge. I wanted to do 30 minutes. Anyway, so guys, that's it for now. Thank you so much, everybody. Next week, the topic for next week, I'm going to read it now so we know. The topic for next week is, I have so many topics coming up. For next week, we are doing, let me read it. I got it here. Disgraced for their benefit. You are disgraced for their benefit. You understand what I'm saying? I will be showing videos. I'll be showing videos along with the topic so that you understand what it means to be disgraced for their benefit. We have that topic coming up. Your testimony, their gain. We have that topic coming up. So don't miss the Health Gospel. We will bring up all these topics and I'll bring up with videos so you see how they have made you to become their source of gain. They disgrace you for their own gain. All these pastors and men and whatever they call them, taking the place of God in your life. And we're going to deal with these topics so that all of us can be free. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for joining today. And we'll see you next week. Bye for now.